Genesis, the first book of the Bible, provides the foundational narratives for the Judeo-Christian tradition. It begins with the majestic story of creation, where God creates the heavens and the earth in 6 days, declaring each part of creation as good. The climax of this creative work is humanity, made in God's image, male and female. God places Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, entrusting them with stewardship over creation. However, they are forbidden to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Tempted by the serpent, Eve eats the forbidden fruit and shares it with Adam. This act of disobedience introduces sin, shame, and death into the world. God confronts Adam and Eve, resulting in their expulsion from Eden. This event, known as the Fall, marks humanity's separation from God and the beginning of a life of toil and suffering. The subsequent chapters trace the early generations of humanity. Adam and Eve's sons, Cain and Abel, represent the first instance of sibling rivalry. Cain, in a fit of jealousy, murders Abel. This act of violence underscores the pervasive nature of sin. Despite this, humanity continues to grow and spread. However, their increasing wickedness grieves God, leading to his decision to cleanse the earth with a great flood. God chooses Noah, a righteous man, to build an ark and preserve his family and pairs of every animal species. The floodwaters cover the earth, eradicating all life except those on the ark. After the flood, Noah's family repopulates the earth, and God establishes a covenant with Noah, symbolized by the rainbow, promising never to destroy the earth by flood again. As humanity expands, they settle in the plain of Shinar and attempt to build a tower reaching the heavens, known as the Tower of Babel. God, displeased with their pride and unity in rebellion, confuses their language, causing them to scatter across the earth. This story explains the origin of different languages and cultures. The narrative then shifts to Abram, later renamed Abraham, a pivotal figure in Genesis. God calls Abraham to leave his homeland and promises to make him the father of a great nation. Abraham's journey is marked by faith and obedience, despite numerous challenges. He travels to Canaan, the land promised to his descendants. Along the way, Abraham and his wife Sarah face trials, including a famine that drives them to Egypt and the barrenness of Sarah. God reaffirms his covenant with Abraham multiple times, promising him numerous descendants and the land of Canaan. Despite their old age, Sarah miraculously gives birth to Isaac, the child of promise. Abraham's faith is tested when God commands him to sacrifice Isaac. Abraham obeys, but God intervenes at the last moment, providing a ram as a substitute sacrifice. This event underscores Abraham's unwavering faith and God's provision. Isaac marries Rebekah, and they have twin sons, Esau and Jacob. Esau, the elder, sells his birthright to Jacob for a meal, and later Jacob deceives Isaac to receive the blessing intended for Esau. Fleeing from Esau's wrath, Jacob journeys to his uncle Laban's house, where he marries Leah and Rachel, and fathers 12 sons and a daughter. These 12 sons become the patriarchs of the 12 tribes of Israel. Jacob's favoritism towards Joseph, his son by Rachel, creates envy and resentment among his brothers. They sell Joseph into slavery in Egypt, where he endures hardship but rises to a position of power through God's providence. Joseph's ability to interpret dreams earns him favor with Pharaoh, leading to his appointment as governor over Egypt. During a severe famine, Joseph's brothers come to Egypt seeking food. Unrecognized by them, Joseph tests their character before revealing his identity. The family is eventually reconciled, and Joseph invites them to live in Egypt, where they prosper under his protection. Genesis concludes with the deaths of Jacob and Joseph. Jacob blesses his sons, prophesying their futures and the destinies of their descendants. Joseph, before his death, reassures his brothers of God's ongoing plan and promises, expressing his faith that God will bring them back to the promised land. Throughout Genesis, themes of creation, sin, judgment, and redemption are intricately woven together, highlighting God's sovereignty, faithfulness, and mercy. The narratives set the stage for the unfolding story of God's relationship with humanity, the chosen people of Israel, and the ultimate fulfillment of His promises.
There's a place still near my wandering heart. It was there in a dream last night. You would sing those songs on Sunday morning with a beauty that could make me cry. But there's no song that you could sing. There's no verse that you could read. That altar call might have set your soul free, but it didn't do a thing for me. I swear I can feel your aching prayer. Oh Lord, bring my boy home. That sacred book you raised me on still whispers deep in my bones. But there's no song that you could sing. There's no verse that you could read. That altar call might have set your soul free, but it didn't do a thing for me. Remember laughing every time you drove a little faster over that dip in the road, singing along to Don Francisco. He's alive, always put a thrill in my soul. Song that you could sing. There's no verse that you could read. That altar call might have set your soul free, but it didn't do a thing for me. That altar call might have set your soul